just to let you guys know that topics 2 and 3 touch on topics that include things like abuse, domestic abuse, and pedophilia. So we know those are very sensitive topics. So if people don't want to listen, we more than welcome you to not listen to topics 2 and 3. And apart from that, we may hear some audio issues due to internet connectivity between the lads. But apart from that, it's still a great episode. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you for listening to the Medicast. So yeah.
Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Media Gamers podcast with your favorite media gamers. As always, you're here with me, Khalid, Glenn, Rashid, and our special guest. Well, he's not even special at this point. It's just a guest, bro. With Zach as well. So how's everyone doing?
All good. Good vibes all around, man.
I'm good. I'm exhausted, but I'm good.
Alhamdulillah, that's what I like to hear. At least you guys are good. So let's get straight into it. First topic of the day. My thing is what's the difference between concerts back in the day and like concerts now? So like, let's say if we were going to talk about the Travis Scott situation here, anything like that. Because like my thing is that if you don't know by now, it's been over social media. So unless you've been living under a rock, you should know. Basically, Travis Scott's Astroworld fest happened the other day, and what ended up happening is I think 9 people ended up losing their lives through numerous
It's
means.
gone up.
Yeah,
It's
it was
10 now.
10. Yeah, little boy died the other day, innit?
Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
my question, yeah. Before you even explain that, what is
Alright,
a
yeah.
9-year-old boy doing
Bro,
at Travis Scott concert?
bro,
He
basically like 16 plus.
advertised the concert.
No, but don't even think that's a
plus.
problem. Like even wireless is like 50 plus.
bro. That there's
Travis
so many things.
advertised it as for all ages still.
No, but yeah, we'll get. Yeah, you know, we'll actually have to get into that as well, bro. But yeah, basically, what ended up happening was there. It was his actual World Fest he holds every year in his hometown. What ended up happening is loads of people ended up storming the concert. The concert didn't get cancelled, but then yeah, the concert got stormed. I think 100,000 people ended up being in a venue. 100,000 plus people end up being in a venue for 50,000 people. Then what ended up happening is loads of people ended up getting trampled in stampedes when there was mosh pits going on, and there was also rumors about people being affected by drugs, as in they got injected with stuff and everything like that. So it's nuts. Like obviously, I'm not insensitive. Obviously, RIP to all of those who lost their lives, and obviously for those who are injured and are still in hospital or still recovering. I hope they get better soon. But yeah, I just want to talk about generally like, what's the difference between that and let's say, for example, back in the day at Michael Jackson's concerts when that same shit was happening to people there and the concert still went on? Because my thing is that Travis Scott's getting the blame, which I feel there's some blame placed on him, but I feel like the amount of hate he's getting because of this, I don't feel it's entirely deserved, if that makes sense.
First of all, I think the fact that it's in 2 separate eras is a massive. Like the fact that people,
The fact that
the fact that it was in 2 separate eras is a massive fact.
Yep.
Michael Jackson was back in the day. Back in the day when he was doing concerts. He used to hate doing concerts. They were rare in the first place. Even when he went on tour, people were fainting. First of all, I don't think they were being trampled and dying at Michael Jackson concert.
Not dying, but we've also then had like the issue of people like what's it called? Passing out, having to receive medical treatment and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not saying death and that is on the same level, but I'm saying like this sort of stuff has been happening for decades. So why is it now that there's such?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. People
To be
faint
honest,
out.
I think people move more mad these days than they did back then at concerts. People go to concerts specifically for the purpose of moving mad and raging, as they call it.
People that go to concerts just to do drugs. They don't even know what concerts.
Yeah.
And because people get them in so easily, there's basically free
Exactly.
drugs. So just do what they want.
Issue is wholesale down. Like that's the thing. Like when it comes to like Michael Jackson and stuff, people fainted, but people faint. The problem wasn't about fainting. The problem wasn't about the fact that people fainted. If you were fainted at a Travis Scott concert and then got trampled, or fainted at the Travis Scott concert and then received medical help afterwards, no one would be complaining. But it's the fact that fainted, and then they couldn't receive medical help at the time. I've seen how
Yeah.
many people faint at wireless. They literally have to be taken out of the barrier, like carried over the barrier, and then just like brought to the medical tent. Like it's something that happens at concerts quite often. It's not something that's new. It's not something that's revolutionary. It's something that
Mm.
literally happens a lot. So I don't think
Yeah.
the two are comparable in that way. People fainted at Michael Jackson flexing. You know what I mean? And then they still got medical treatment afterwards, so people were fine with it. If that makes sense. It's the fact that
Yeah.
people in this case weren't able to receive medical treatment. There was no way for the medical team to actually get through. It's poorly run. It's poorly organized, and that
Mm.
cost the lives of many people. Whether or not Travis himself should receive the blame, I don't know what he could see. And I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for him. But I'm not going to sit here and that's not my
Yeah.
business. But
Because I feel like obviously there was precaution that could be taken, like i.e. they should have cancelled the concert. But my thing is that how the blame is solely getting placed on him. Like people forget, like fam, like what 50,000 plus people stormed into the concert. Like
Mhm.
people, like I'm so sorry. No amount of man, unless you're putting in a small army, is stopping 50,000 people from raging into a concert. Like if you saw the videos, like when I've seen all the videos, people are like, "Oh, how are they just allowing them into the thing?" Da 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 this da
I
da da.
agree with
Oh no, they were storming. Like it looked like
Fam,
I'm not World Cup,
who
the Euros.
man
The way
ain't
they were
built like
storming
Hulk, you know. I don't get how they expected the couple hundred thousand, not 100,000, couple thousand security guards that they may have to stop
but
like
you think that's the
50,000.
problem. The fact that there were only a couple thousand. Like this isn't the first time a festival's been held. This is the first time people are broken through water.
Mm.
Oh
They
no,
will,
hundred,
they can
100%.
easily they can easily have enough security. They can easily have enough people to actually deal with the situation because they've done it before. They
I mean,
can.
I mean,
Look at wireless. How many
They
people
definitely
broke
can.
through the barriers at wireless? I'm going to compare you to wireless as an example because wireless has bare people at it. So look at how many people actually busted the barriers.
no, but you know the thing is, Wireless is probably one of the best concerts or slash festivals I see when it comes to like dealing with stuff like that. But even then, you still see people like breaking in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's not as
Like,
Exactly. But
severe.
I'm
Like you
saying
got to
they
think
have
about
enough security to deal with it. That's something you have to
I-
account
You know what it is? I think a lot of people are putting the blame on Travis in particular because of the videos and because of the first-hand accounts from both medical staff and people who work backstage. With Travis, he was caught on video continuing to sing, continuing to perform, whilst people were dancing on top of the paramedic ambulances, continuing to sing and dance whilst people were getting crushed. You could see them getting crushed and fainting, and he continued to sing and perform. And then people backstage and in his team, so he's accountable for them, literally were made aware that people were dying and people were having severe difficulties. Every known professional that was around was saying, yeah, stop the show. And his people then were the ones saying, no, don't stop it. Let's continue. Even I think it was up until 40 minutes 40 minutes after there were confirmed deaths. It was when they locked it off because he said, no, we need to continue. Show goes on. He's on camera singing and pointing the mic at the crowd after actually addressing someone having been nearly dead in the crowd or fainting or being crushed. So the fact that he saw and was party to the gross negligence, that's where people are getting the issue from.
Yeah,
mm,
exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. There's some things that's hard to ignore. It's whether or not he could see, sure, and in a lot of cases, like studio lights and things like that can blind you. But if some of the crowd is chanting, stop the show, that's not a chant that you've done countless amounts of festivals and countless concerts. That's not something that people regularly chant. You know what I mean? And if people are literally trying to scream at you, saying, listen, there's people dead. I think it's more so on the production team.
He addressed someone being hurt in the
Yeah.
crowd, like
I think it's more so on the backs of the conscience of the production team and like everyone that's involved in actually running the festival. One, in the fact that they had negligence in terms of actually getting the medical attention out there, and two, they just were not prepared for it at all. But when it comes, I don't think he's
yeah.
completely like off the hook. If that makes sense. I don't think he's like. Do I think he should be cancelled? I don't know. That's not a decision I'm going to make. But when it comes to a lot of the things, they're hard to ignore. Like I said, I'm not going to condemn. I'm not going to like say everyone should stop listening to him or whatever because I think it's not my place to. But I don't think there's certain things where it's like you're kind of almost making excuses for him. People saying he can't see, he can't do this. He definitely can. He definitely can
Needs
see.
to
He
be
definitely can
accountability.
hear a lot of people chanting it. And he was made.
Do you know
Oh,
what it is?
yeah, go on.
No, sorry, I stopped you mid flow.
No,
Go.
go on. No. That's the end of my point. Yeah,
You sure?
yeah,
Do you know what it is? I feel like Travis fans are particularly culty,
yeah.
and they kiss his ass more than most fans. Like the only other fans I see like on the same level as his are Barb's, the Bayhive, and the BTS lot.
Mm,
Apart from them,
Mm.
he's up there with the way his fans are so culty about
Let's
him.
not
They
talk
will
about
literally
BTS.
justify any bad
I
thing he
put
does.
Playboy
Yeah,
Carti in that category as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Platinum.
on the same level as
Yes,
Travis.
Yes,
yes,
bro,
yes,
bro,
yes,
them,
yes,
bro.
yes.
Think about it like this. You know Mario Judah who made the song "By Oh My I Found You." Yeah, that guy. That
Yeah.
came about because he wanted not Travis. He wanted Playboy Carti to drop his album, and because Playboy Carti wasn't dropping his album, he said, "I'm going to become an imitation of you, bro."
From
Man,
What?
different.
the whole career out of that though.
Oh yeah, 100%. I respect his to him because he made a full career out of it.
Does he still make music?
Hmm?
Yeah,
Does he still make music?
Yeah,
yeah. I think the last song I heard about
He's
him
got an
was
album
the
out.
Mr. Rage.
yeah. And then he released that. He released an album last Christmas.
Oh, did he? I
Oh,
didn't know that.
Yeah, he released Whole Lot of Red.
No, I'm not talking about Playboy Carti. I'm talking about
No, Mario Judah.
uh,
He released the album called Whole Lot of Red.
oh, okay.
Like
yeah,
a
'cause there's
week
a
before
parody.
like a week before
Yeah,
Playboy Carti
parody.
dropped his. But yeah, honestly, like sorry, yeah, with the Travis Scott stuff, yeah, my thing is that he doesn't help himself because he gives into the rager community. He gives into that sort of thing where he's like, oh no, you guys mosh pit, storm it. Like I think a couple years back, I think a huge thing that was going on was like a couple years back, he said that his fans should break in to a concert to see him because it's going to be one of his latest shows and he doesn't want any of his fans to miss out. Like I think
Wasn't
stuff
that
like
the tweet that came out?
yeah,
Where he was like, "Oh, we got to get the wild ones, and even if it's like fully capacity."
yeah, and then there was another thing where he was like, oh, I think even for Astro World this year it was at max capacity, but he's like, oh, I'm gonna put out more tickets for you guys. Da, 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 da. Now I think small stuff like that doesn't help. Like I feel if this happened and he didn't do none of that stuff beforehand, probably there'll be no issue here. You'll probably get no blame. He'll probably be like, oh yeah, it was a sad thing that happened at his concert, but it's not overall his fault. But because he gives he feeds into it, innit?
Yeah,
Because he
he definitely
feeds it.
does. Because even that time when someone tried to steal his shoe and he was telling all his fans to beat him up. If you're telling thousands of people to beat
Yeah,
one person,
I
are you
saw that.
kidding me?
That's so
Mm.
fucked.
Thousands of people. That's the thing. He doesn't think about it like that. You're telling thousands of people to beat up one person. It's my life. Lucky security saved him.
I said, beat his ass. Beat his ass.
I think that's what he was trying. The whole crowd
That
was just trying that.
He's a sick. Yeah, he was. He's a sick man.
Mad. Like, I'm not gonna say like again. I don't think it's.
mm. I, I can't even lie though. The one thing I gotta talk about as well. That apology video he put out, that was just fucking funny. I am so sorry.
The amount of
Like,
memes that was torn from
The
that
meme, bro, TikTok is
is
going
do,
wild
you-
Yeah,
do
on
you know the
stuff
funny.
like
thing?
that.
Do you know the thing is? I generally believed he was being 100% sincere. I just believe because of the type of
Uh,
person I just believe because of the type of person he is, people took it as a joke. But I generally believe that was him being sincere.
I didn't believe a word of it. I can't lie. I think it was capping throughout the whole thing.
that looks like that whole performance you do for your mum when you're sick and you want to pretend you're sick for work for school
Oh
and
no,
you're like,
mama!
I don't feel too
Mum,
good.
my,
They're holding your
my
head.
belly
I think I got a
hurts.
fever. That's literally what he was doing in the video.
I'm ill.
It's the acting was just no. It was.
I don't think I can go to school.
Oh,
I didn't believe it for a second. It didn't seem sincere or genuine at all. I don't know how to describe it. I think that's because I had like almost like the priming. I was like there already in the mind space that he did something bad, but I just
yeah.
didn't see it as like
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
I think in that situation, no matter what he said, it was gonna be taken the wrong way because like it's so fresh in the mind and people are blaming him for like when you don't like someone or you're already hating on someone, anything they do you see him in a negative light. Even if they do it with good intentions, there was guarantee he was probably gonna get clowned for it.
yeah, 100%.
I'm not sure about him sacrificing people to the
Yeah,
devil.
The whole
allow that.
conspiracy. Dude.
I'm not sure about
That
that. It was suspect. It was very
It
suspect.
Very
reminds me of
I'm
the
not sure
old
suspect.
about that.
Illuminati videos.
when they play songs backwards, it's like, oh, he's saying that Jay Z and
Oh,
Rihanna song backwards means that they're saying that the devil did it. I'm like,
I didn't listen to Run This Town for years because I thought that
oh,
was a mad thing.
you're taking the piss. I remember this. Remember Fetty? Listen to Fetty walk backwards. It's like I'm a devil worshipper.
Yeah,
Them
even
days of it.
backwards. That was actually
it
that
did
wasn't
say
even
that
back.
though. It
He
did
didn't
say that
say
though.
that.
He did say
He
I'm a
didn't
devil
say that.
worshiper.
Yeah,
He
he
said the
didn't. But
record
Yeah, he
label.
did
He
not say
did
that,
not say
bro.
that. He did not say. I'm sorry. If you're part of a cult, yeah, that worships the devil and wants to be kept secret, why is it you're gonna put all these cryptic messages in the song for any?
Streams
What do you mean, stream? What?
What do you mean for
to get your
streams?
streams
oh,
up.
shut up, Zach.
Yeah, it'll be used. It'll be used as no. I get what he means. I get what he means. It's used as like a promotional thing. If people
Yeah,
feed
man.
into it,
No, it's a
cool.
Yeah.
promotional thing,
But
but
is
you
it?
don't need to put it into the
The
actual
more
song.
people feed into it, the more
You
they're
see,
searching your
the
shit,
music
and that
video,
gives you
add some
money.
angles and some checkerboard squares. That's it, fam. Nothing else.
Yeah, they feed into it.
Hella man do that so that they can get the streams, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like if they actually were an organization that worshiped the devil and that, like, that didn't want to actually be found out, they wouldn't put these messages in songs for people to then turn around and be like, "Ah, that's the devil, bro." I don't think they need to do that in
Maybe
order,
they want to be found out. Want to turn people to their side. Who
but they
knows?
can do that so much more effectively if they didn't put those messages in.
Multiple ways to
Okay,
cook a
all right, there
fish.
you go.
Oh yeah. You know the ones there, bro. Fuck it up.
Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired.
Uh, just flipping out, Zach, bro. Fuck it up. Fucking hell. All right, cool. Boom. All right, let's moving swiftly on from the devil talk and yeah, just moving on, bro. Flipping out. Yeah, second topic of today. Fam, man need to pick their baby moms more wisely. That's what I gotta say. Like,
Oh Lord.
I'm so sorry.
Not the side chicks.
Fam, I don't know what's going on out in these streets, but the man them are breeding up gal that are causing them way too much issues.
What's happening?
Like,
I actually don't know about it. I didn't look at the
alright,
agenda.
so basically, yeah. For example, the baby situation. Basically, the baby and his baby mom have been having back and forth arguments for the longest time. Like every time, since their child's been born, even before their child's been born, they're always having different issues. So basically, this time I think they've broken up. They've been chilling together for the last month. I think she's been living with him, and then,
Been fucking, huh?
huh?
They've been
Yeah,
fucking.
of course, 100%. So they've been living together. They've been doing their thing, trying to look after their child and stuff. And then basically the other day, publicly, they just both had like this outburst for socials, and she was basically going around saying he's a deadbeat and that how my side piece I was living in your house and da. You don't want to look after a child. You're a bum. You know, traditional baby mum slander, like traditional stuff. And then you got the baby
Yeah.
going, "Oh, you're just a side piece. You was never my main." Da all that crap. And it's basically just spewed out onto social media. Like to the other day, there was an Instagram live, and they was shouting and cussing each other. Like she had the baby in her hands, and they're shouting and cussing and swearing at each other in front of the baby, bro. And it's just like, I remember I was just sitting there thinking, brother, some of you man just need to pick your baby moms more wisely, bro, because
Wait, what did she do? Wait,
she
because I've
was
only heard of.
basically
What she?
they,
He asked her to leave the
Yeah.
yard. He asked her to leave the yard,
yeah,
and that she doesn't want to live with her anymore. I think he said he wanted to keep his kid, but she needs to
yeah,
get out. And she said, "No, I'm not leaving. It's the middle of the night or whatever. I'm not leaving." So she refused to leave the yard, even though it's his yard. So then he said that he was going to come on live to vent, but they live in the same house. So she saw the babies going on live on Instagram. So she came and said, "You know what? If you want to talk shit on live, I'm going to talk shit on your live." So she wouldn't. She was following him around the house, continuing to video. There was someone else in the house. I don't know who it was, but she was just there giving the funniest facial
Oh
expressions
yeah,
ever,
okay. I
just
saw the
laughing.
video. I still don't feel like she's done something wrong in this situation.
Fam, my thing is both baby mum and baby father. Really, if you choose to have a sex, and this is why I always say when you're beating someone, unfortunately, the case is there is always going to be a percentage that you could have a child. So just be careful who you beat, and especially be careful who you choose actively to have a child with, because really and truly, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. As mandem, you know, if you beat a Jezebel, whatever you want to call her, just a headache woman, be prepared for headache. For gal, if you choose to keep the baby of a bum or a guy that doesn't give a shit about you, be prepared for the behavior that's going to come afterwards. They move different and they move excited or whatever it is once the child has already come into play. But you knew what type of person you were fucking with in the first place. So if you knew what type of person you were fucking with in the first place, you would know that, listen, this person, if shit hits the fan, it's going to get long for me. The baby, you
Exactly
knew
that.
this girl was an Instagram model, a bloody woman that is just. Anyway, if I talk, they'll cancel me. But you knew she's not a serious gal. You know what she's on. You know what she's about, and you know it's headache. But you continue to be like, yeah, that's my babes, and I'm seeing videos of them smooching and all this kind of madness. Cool. If that's what you want, and you're able to deal with that, fine. As a man, you need to be able to understand this is what I can tolerate and this is what I cannot tolerate. If you
What did
can't
she
tolerate it,
do that? That's what I'm
That's the
saying.
he just didn't
that's
want
the
her in the
thing.
house.
No,
We
That's
but
all
don't.
she
You,
wanted.
no, I'm
That's
gonna
the
be
thing.
honest.
She
I'm
just
gonna be
wanted
honest.
the
This is why
full
I don't think
story.
I
I'm gonna
don't
be
think
honest.
it's a viable excuse at all. That makes sense.
I'm gonna be honest. None of us really know what they did because we weren't there, and no one seems to know anything about it. Like all you're getting is like you're getting her flipping brother coming on Instagram saying, "Oh, niggas moving silent," and then doing up Instagram live saying he wants to run the baby the fade. Like at this point, no one actually knows what happened. Or the main
Oh
fact
God.
of the matter is they was arguing on Instagram live in front of their child, swearing effing and blind in front of their child, which I don't agree with. And then
You can't
he's
be doing
asked her
that.
to leave the house. Like I think her mum or something is coming to pick her up, and then he's called police on her because obviously he said get out my house, and she's not getting out the house.
No, but
So
that's unreasonable, though. Imagine waking up one day and just deciding. Again, we don't know if she's done anything. Actually, I'm going off the assumption that she has not really done anything. 'Cause if she had done something, I'm pretty sure the baby of all people is definitely going to go on live and say what she's done. But if she's done something, then cool. If she hasn't, you waking the
He
person that's the
wanted to
mother of your
vent and
child.
say what she'd done.
Wait, the person that's the mother of your child, wake them up in the middle, not even in the day, in the middle of the night, and just get out.
Yes, man.
How's that reasonable? Anyway,
That's what happened after a month of living with him as well. You can't just kill out like
exactly.
that.
After a month, like, it's not
My man's
I'm
for
I'm
sick.
gonna
what?
be
He could
I'm
go.
gonna be honest with you though. Even if it's middle of the night or whatever, I'm gonna be honest. Like for example, Glenn, if you come to my house here and I say you could stay for a couple of days, then after a couple of days, I'm like, yeah, I can't lie, bro. Get out of my house.
Yeah,
Get out of my
That's a
house.
month
do
though, bro. It's not
you
a
know
Different
few
when
Get
it's
days.
out
the
of my
That's
mother
a
of
house.
your
whole
child,
month,
though.
bro.
how do you know that was the
The child
situation?
is a baby.
Hmm?
I'm sorry, I'm not your baby mother. So either way, that's not.
No, but my point is at the end of the day, bro. If you guys are living together, that you run into arguments. If you're in someone's house and you run into arguments and they tell you to leave your house, like barring anything, if
We're
they
not
say
arguing in the middle of the night. He woke her up from her sleep and said, "Get out."
Also, also, it's the mother of his child.
Exactly.
Glenn made a good
Yeah.
point
Now,
there.
how
And how
and
you wait?
even
Saying
sorry,
the
go on.
kid can stay, saying the
Proceed.
kid can stay, and she just needs to leave. Like, does that make sense?
yes,
And I'm sorry, I wouldn't trust the baby with
Disturbing the
any
peace.
You know,
looking
that
after
is
any
funny.
child.
I mean
That is.
I can't lie.
But the kid can stay, but get the fuck
My
out.
child can stay. You leave. I mean, at least he didn't kick
That
out the
is
child.
funny.
Like at least he said, "Yeah, I'm keeping
Also,
my."
You're scraping the
kick other
barrel
child.
at
He's
this
the
bottom of the barrel.
funniest guy.
You're scraping it.
I
What do
don't
you
think
mean
it's
at
bottom
least
of the
If
barrel though,
you
you're
because
kick out
I'm
the
gonna be
play?
honest. I'm gonna be
funny,
honest with you. Those guys literally broke up because they wasn't working out yet, and then for whatever reason they have got back together. If you know your relationship, if you both know your relationship that is not working, as in it's not worked in the past, chances are it's not going to work in the future. So you must have things in place just in case you argue. For example, if he then decides to have a manic moment where he says, "Get out my house," you should have things in place. You can't be going into them situations. Like my thing is, I feel
that doesn't mean that he's reasonable for having a manic
no, but
moment,
Exactly.
though.
my point is, I feel no sympathy for people who go into situations with people they know who they are. Like if I show you guys I'm dating this girl and you guys say she has a history of being violent or aggressive and throwing manic episodes. If you told me that, I'm not going there. So if you know your boyfriend can be abusive, you know he can be mentally, physically abusive. I'm not saying he is. Like, don't sue me, please. I beg. I'm poor. Regardless of the point,
No.
if you know he could be abusive,
Yes,
like
because the
Glenn,
baby listens to this podcast.
What?
like
You like that? Fair.
hey shit. After what happened the other day when our brethren did their podcast about Jesse Nelson, and you had Jesse Nelson fans in their comments, bro.
Oh
Anything's possible.
yeah.
Anything's possible.
Oh, by the way,
Anything is.
a collab is coming
Unhinged.
with him soon. A collab is
In
coming
it,
with him.
shout out 4Y podcast. You know we're gonna, you know the kebab collab. Fuck it all.
Fab,
Man
you're
said
hungry, bro. You're
kebab.
hungry.
You're
Hey, listen, bro.
hungry.
My mom was talking to me about jerk chicken and rice and them things there. It's been on my mind for a couple minutes still. But no, honestly, the collab is overdue. But yeah, fam, if you man tell me the person I'm chatting to is nuts, you think I'm going to go and talk to them? No, because they're nuts. So if you have first-hand experience of someone being nuts,
Mm.
you then go back and then they go nuts again.
People, no, that's the thing. That's victim thing. Because in this situation where we have seen that she hasn't really done anything, if she has and new information pops up, turns out to be an Amber Heard situation, she turns out to be some next demon, then fair enough. But on the assumption that she has not done anything in this situation, he's woken her up and sleep told her to leave her. He's gone on Instagram live saying that they were never together and that she's been a side chick the whole time. The mother of your child. I'm sorry, there's not really much room for that for him to be considered a good guy in any way, shape, or form.
But
I can't
really and
speak
truly,
on
my man's even got form for treating his baby moms like shit. He's just not the best of
But
individuals.
that's my point. We all know the baby's not the best. The motherfuckers killed 3 people.
No, but the thing is, when just because you know someone's not the best of individuals doesn't give them that almost gives them an excuse for their
I'm not
behavior.
excusing their
You can
behavior.
still check them
You
on
have a
being.
choice to
I'm
be
not saying
around
against
the
the woman.
behavior. She chose to be around it.
That's true, but at the end of the
when
day,
people.
she's got a certain level of comfortability in her life for her child. So she wants her child one to see their father because it's conducive for a child to see their father
Yes.
in
That I
her
agree
mind
with, yes.
anyway. And two, on top of, it's important for her to be able to be around her child if he's seeing her father, because especially if he's not the best of people. Yes, you want to give him a chance, and if he's a good father, but he's a shit boyfriend, then that's that. It might be one of them type of situations. He could be a good father. There's hella men out here who are shit fathers. Sorry, good fathers, but shit boyfriends. So she wants to be in and around there. And also, let's be real, the financial gains, she's getting it.
Okay,
And
this is something I
also,
wanted to
and
say.
this is why, and this is
She's not
that's
broke.
another
She
point as well.
actually,
I
this
think.
is, she does beat it. She's not broke. She had a big song
Wait, what's
with
that, Glenn?
Chris Brown. She's not broke. She's not like
She's rich. Like
Oh,
she's rich. She's a
she's
singer.
not one of them. She's not one of them hood girls where she's come to the baby to get peace. She
oh,
was
techie.
rich herself. Like she has bread. Like
Oh,
and the thing
techie.
is, yeah, been broken up for months. This is only recently that they got back together. So the point of that she wants to
That's the
so the
point I
point
wanted
that
to
she
make,
wants the
bro.
baby to see her father. The baby was seeing the child when they was split. Like she was living by herself. They was co-parenting calm. They then decided to get back together. Like they pushed for them to live together and be in a relationship. My thing is, if they
You know what?
yeah, go on.
No, you got to finish
My
your
thing
thing is.
is, it's one thing if you've just recently broken up and had a child and then you got back together like soon. You've been split for months, not even weeks. You've been split for months and you've now got back together with someone who you openly said, yeah, that's not my man. I wasn't treated right. Yada yada yada. Like I feel no sympathy. You know
I can't lie. This is
he's bad and you still went back. Like if it was one of those things where you knowing like it's when you're in an abusive relationship that you left and you went back because it's like you're trapped to your own thing, but you open like for me, if you can openly acknowledge it's a bad situation and then go back to a bad situation, you can't expect people to feel sympathy for you. I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
If I say to you, lot, rah, the people I'm chilling around are making me feel like I should do coke. I'm now doing coke and crack and all them things there. If I then acknowledge it,
Six four.
leave the situation for a couple weeks, couple months, then go back to that situation. You can't then say I'm a victim because I'm now openly endorsing the behavior. You go from a victim to
and
being
you know what?
responsible when you leave a situation and go back knowing how bad the situation is.
I think that's quite different in relationships now. Not a lot of a lot of people can
I think
do
it's a
that.
good
A lot
point.
of people can do that. A lot of people can't. A lot of people, as soon as love's involved, as soon as they actually have an attachment to someone, that becomes a very difficult thing to do. Literally like an addiction.
But Glenn,
I'm not making
the
an
thing
excuse for it.
is,
I'm just saying.
this is about to give some people some hot
Nope.
heads. But this is why I say, when you're in a relationship, or you used to be in a relationship with someone, and you continue to fuck them once you've either broken up or established that you're in different spaces, especially if you're the man and you continue to fuck the woman, you know it's going to cause problems 9 times out of 10.
Facts.
If you know that you don't want to pursue a relationship with this woman, and you know that she's headache, or you know that it's not going to work out between you two on a relationship wise, but you want to co-parent and you fuck her, that's why certain baby dads don't see their kids, and it's fucked and it's wrong. But you know that once women, like in a lot of cases, when feelings are involved, some women can become very bitter,
Facts.
very, very
There's an
bitter,
100%.
understatement.
and especially when sex is involved, and they're not getting the sex that they want from you or the attention that they want from you. Once you've continued to sex them after you're supposed to be finished, bro, your life can become a living
Zach, why does
hell.
it sound like personal experience?
God forbid. God forbid. Can you never be gay? Listen, hey, there's no way. There's no way. I've seen a lot, man. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot. But no,
It's
if
scary.
you continue, if you continue to engage in sex with a woman, and you know what, it can go the other way because certain men move mad after they get the puss. But what's it called? If you continue to have sex with someone after you've set your boundaries and said, "Yeah, listen, us two is not going to work," and you continue to have sex, the feelings that are involved there, and the feelings of hurt and burnness and confusion. This is why I tell you, lot, soul ties are real. But you don't want to
Oh,
listen
get
to
out.
me. You always get on.
Oh, get out,
You
man.
don't
Oh,
want to
get out,
listen
man.
to me. It's real,
Oh,
bro,
get
and it
out.
makes people move
Oh, get
mad.
out.
It makes people move mad.
Man.
She's soul tied to the baby, and she's moving mad because she knows he's sleeping with other girls, and now she feels violated. So she probably did something in the house that pissed him off, and then he wanted to kick her out. I bet that's what happened. That's why I get mad.
I mean, all people can do is speculate, right?
Literally.
Yeah,
All
that's
people can
true.
do is
All
speculate.
speculation.
Because we're going on there something that she hasn't done. We're going under the assumption that he wasn't provoked. And all this type of stuff.
We
It's
move.
just like, it's
Yeah.
literally all hearsay.
Yeah,
Uh,
obviously, if she's the victim in that situation, then obviously, then if she's a victim, then obviously I'm not going to sit here and say her feelings are invalid and she doesn't deserve to get help and she doesn't deserve the way to be treated like the way she's treated. But if they are both at fault for what's going on in the relationship, I feel no sympathy for either one of them. So if the baby's
Yep.
saying yeah, you've done something to man, get the fuck out my crib. This shit, get the fuck out the crib. You get it. Go stay at your mum's.
Not in the middle of the night, though. Not in the middle of the
that's
night. That's a bit of
disrespectful.
a fight.
I can't.
You have to have
But if
you have to
someone's
have a
disrespect,
base level of respect for someone that's giving birth to your kid. You have to have a
yes, but
base
then
level of
also
respect
then
for
you
them.
have to then go protect your peace. And if you're disrespecting me up in my own crib, regardless of what time of night,
Protect your peace,
if you're
but
but
people
is the
risk their life to
but
have
thing
your
here's the thing.
new. It's
But
a
here's the
bit.
thing: if you're disrespecting me up in my crib, regardless of anything, get out my crib, bro. It doesn't matter what time of night it is.
I hear
If
that,
you're in
but
my house, the house, Zach, bro. If I came to your house, the house that you pay for, and I was disrespecting you up in your crib, you would feel a type of way, and you'd probably kick me out, regardless of it.
with the best of respect, bro, you're my oldest and probably closest friend on this planet, but you didn't push out a kid for me.
But either
It's
way,
different.
but I'm gonna be honest. But
It's
either
different.
way, if you're disrespecting someone and you're causing problems in the house to the point where it's all coming that you're abusing each other, get out the crib.
Yeah, of course they should be kept away and kept separate, but in that space, as the mother of your child, you need to give her that level of
Yes,
respect
and
where
he
she
gave
should
her
at
the
least be able
level.
to get herself together. Give her the
He gave her
warning.
the level of
Give her the
respect.
warning and say, listen, get
But he
out of my house
allowed her.
by this
He's
morning.
told her to call her mum, and so she can come pick her up. And she said no,
How's her mum gonna pick her up at 3 o'clock in the morning, bro? Her mum's sleep,
no.
fam.
Fam. That's the whole reason why the police was called.
No, the mum came back. The mum came the next day. Though she said in the video, "How's my mum gonna come and get me at 3
Fam,
a.m.?"
that's your business.
It's a
So
good
what?
question.
Wait. So
How's my
question.
mum
So if
gonna come
someone's
and get me at
disrespecting you
3
and
a.m., bro?
abusing your house, you're not supposed to sleep in the same bed as them till next morning.
No, not sleeping in the same bed as them. Listen, that guy's got bare bedrooms in his yard. Can't lie to you. Either she gets out, or for the sake of peace, man will leave. I'll firm it for a day. You've got till the morning to get out of
Wait,
my
you'll
house.
leave. You'll
Get out of my
leave
house
your
in the
own
morning.
house.
No, the room, the
Oh, I was about
room.
to.
If we're sharing a room,
Uh,
I'll leave the room for peace sake. If she's not going to move, first I'll tell her to move because really and truly it's my room. If she won't move, for peace sake, I'll say to her,
you know the
listen,
ones. But
get
do
out
you
of
know
my
what
house
my thing
by
is? It's not
morning.
even like
When I
she's.
wake up in
It
the
does.
morning,
It's not
I
even
don't
like
want
she
to see
had
you.
nowhere to go, bro. She has her own house. She has her own places to
That's
stay. She
true.
had
But
places to
just
go.
getting yourself together, it takes a while. He has to move
Yeah,
stuff.
but
He
still,
told her to leave
yeah.
permanently. He told her to leave permanently. You need help with that. Not at 3 a.m. in the morning, you're now going to start calling people to help you move your shit. It's a bit long. If your mum told you
Yeah.
now to leave your yard at 3 a.m. in the morning, you're going to need help with the bags. You're going to need help to move shit. And if he told you, be out of my house this second, you're going to need help. Who are you going to call at 3 a.m. in the morning that can
Do you know
feasibly
the
come?
thing is, yeah? I would hear your point, but she did say no. She didn't even like make the argument that I can't do that. She said
She shouldn't
no,
have
I'm not leaving.
to. She shouldn't have to. That's not a reasonable request. To leave the house at 3 o'clock in the morning when she's sleeping. For what reason? If they were in the
No,
middle
Joe,
of the
no,
then
I
cool.
hear, I
Why?
hear your thing. I hear your thing, but if someone's asked, there's a way you could go about things that could de-escalate the situation. It turned that like not like in honesty, there's a way she could have gone about things that could have de-escalated the situation. But then what ended up happening is they ended up going on Instagram live and ended up beefing one another. That which doesn't help no situation, bro.
The whole situation is because he literally told her to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why should you have to de-escalate a situation that she did not even
Because
start?
we don't.
She
Because
hasn't
my
escalated either. She just said no.
I'm going off the thing that the reason he's told her to leave is because she's done something. If she's done something and he's then told her to leave as a reaction to that, he's then justified to tell her to leave, no?
Depends on what she.
If she hasn't done anything and he just had a hitty face and said, yeah, get out of my crib, then
That's what I'm saying. We can only speculate. It's literally the only thing that we can do.
yeah, that's what I'm
If
saying
she
in
did
both.
do something, Lord have mercy. I genuinely believe that like the baby would have said what she done in some way, shape, or form because he lets it all out. So I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think she has done anything. If she has, then fair enough. It might actually be justified doing that. But even if she did do something, I doubt it would have been at that time in the middle of the night when she was sleeping. So wouldn't you just throw out at the time it happened or the time you found out?
See, that's what, yeah, like what you said, it all then comes down to like what actually happened then. Because we all believe as they may have he was kicking her out while she was asleep. We don't actually know. Maybe she wasn't asleep. There was beefing the whole night, and then he's then decided to kick her out. Maybe she was asleep. Who knows? All I know is at the end of the day, people watch who you're having sex with because some of you lot are just giving it up to man and woman willy nilly without doing background checks because you live in the
This is
age where
background
people
checks, you know.
no no
CRB.
Fam,
CRB.
CRB, bro.
It's
Fam, we're
necessary.
living in an age where people are like, I don't want to have a talking stage. Let's just go on holiday and get married. Like, fam,
No,
get to
what?
know people and know who you're having sex with, dog. Because you man are out here fucking people who give telltale signs that they're not going to be the best people to have relationships with. They're not going to be healthy. But you'll know those signs because what? Image? Vibes? Like, I don't even know with this generation no more, fam.
Celibacy for the win. Hold it down till marriage. You don't
Oh,
have to deal with this
blur.
Listen,
process.
Zach, you
And
don't have to. We don't, Zach, carry on. You don't have to
But
pretend. Like, it's okay. We don't judge it. It's all right.
uh, we don't.
no judgment at all. I'm
No,
just giving them an
no, but he has a
option.
point, fam. Celibacy, there's other things you can do than just having sex. Like, you don't need to be with someone. You can honestly work on yourself and wait until you find the right one. It's not a rush to get into a relationship because a lot of people just rush into relationships because they feel like they need someone and they end up getting into these.
People rush into a relationship at 16, sleep with the local gangbanger, and now you're tied to this bum for the rest of your life. Fuck's sake.
You, you
What a
get
myth.
it, bro.
What a
It's
myth. Now you're pushing a buggy. Let me shut up.
pushing
Fuck's
buggy
sake.
down Croydon High Street because you had sex with a man with no ambitions, no GCSEs, stuff for Allah.
Oh
Same with
my
the man them. You're
days.
now trapped in a relationship with a girl who, whenever you come home, slapping you upside your head, hitting you and them things there, saying, you're a bum, you don't contribute to your child, you're a deadbeat. You get it, fam. It goes
He's the local gangbanger and he can't even rise up an 8 ball. It's a
earning
myth.
less than £400 a week. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
You
Jesus
Christ.
sound like
Christ.
you're talking
Because
about
the
someone
universal
specific.
credit DUNI is really there for
Universal
you. Bro.
credit. Universal credit.
Discretionary
Universal
universal
credit.
credit.
Okay, cool. Then moving on swiftly to the final topic of today. And yeah, fam, just don't get caught in the trap, people. Age verification, talking to underage girls. Like, my thing is, yeah, like, just basically age as a whole. This is something that needs to be talked about more, because fam, it's ridiculous. Like, for like, just going straight into it, fam, TikTok. If anyone who has any power in TikTok ever hears this podcast, I have one request: put fucking age verification on your app, please, for the love of Allah, for the love of everything that is good in this world, put age verification on your app. Because you know how many times I am scrolling through the app, I'm pre in my comments, I'm pre in my friends' comments, and people are saying things like, oh my God, you're so cute. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, this. And even the stuff that they're doing, I'm seeing people who are, I've seen 14-year-old girls. Literally, I was on TikTok the other day and I saw a TikTok and there was a girl dancing and like showing off her chest, bro. Like, she'll say, I think the TikTok was like, the only thing that they look at, they don't, when they're having a conversation with someone and they can't look you in the eyes. And it's like a sound. It was like, why are you looking at my breast or something like that? Like my eyes up here, something like that. And I'm like, you know what? All right, cool, funny, life goes on. Then I looked at the comments and then everyone's like, bro, she's 14. Bro, she's 14. Bro, she's 14. Bro, she's 14. I'm like, what? What do you mean she's 14? I'm looking at the comments and people are commenting like, no, she's not 14. And he's like, yes, she is. Look at a recent video. And I'm like, so, man, me and my curious self, I actually go look at the recent video. Bro, tell me why I'm seeing 14th birthday balloons and them things there.
Yeah, it's a bit mad.
That's my
Fam,
age is a social construct on that app. I'm telling you,
That's the thing. Yeah, I feel like
you'll never know, unless they say.
people don't really know about what a digital footprint is. They're not really keeping up on what stays out there. Once you put something on the internet, it's on the internet. Bro. I don't
mm,
think people are like. They need to do either workshops in schools. They need to do talks to people in schools because what like a lot of people don't understand is that they jump into a lot of these different things. And if you want to like even stuff like OnlyFans, you want to do OnlyFans, it's completely fine. But just you do kind of have to realize, it is something that sticks with you for a while as well. So when it comes to like verification and stuff like that, I completely agree. But I think there should be verification for all things because for all things in terms of social media because that will stop a lot of people making burner accounts just to harass people, racist comments, making accounts literally just to spew hate online. It solves a lot of problems like verification,
mm,
um, and this is one of them. So I think with a lot of people, it's just there was even like my friends, this girl that was like that he thought was going to his school. The girl was just in the same area as him, and um, he was like, "Oh yeah, I find her cute." I went to her profile, I went to Instagram, and I just saw 16 in the like balloon, the thing in the background. I was like, "Please do your background," because it's just
literally.
at that point, it's very you just don't want to go anywhere. So
Yeah,
no, the verification definitely on social media in any way, shape, or form.
fam, it's needed, bruv. Like, it's fucking needed.
They need to have ID. They need to let people make ID to get on these
Yeah,
things. And I know it causes wider issues with certain things like homelessness, etc. But I think it's important to have ID, even for like racial abuse and like homophobic abuse, just abuse
yeah,
in general. People being shitheads on the internet. It's important because a lot of people use anonymity as a front to be able to get away with the bullshit that they would never say or do in real life. And it gives people chest and gives
yeah, but
people the ability to be individuals that they're not in real life.
yeah.
And yeah, man, just get your ID on there. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows how old you
I
are.
don't think they'll ever do it.
But yeah,
Oh,
I don't think.
100%, because
I
it,
don't.
nah, man,
oh,
because it's not
they will never will,
conducive
because it
for them.
doesn't suit them.
The more accounts you make, the more bread you get.
It doesn't suit the agenda. Because let's be honest, a lot of higher ups in this world, as we have seen in recent years, are nonsense. They are pedophiles. They like younger age girls, even if they're not minors per se. They like young girls. Like, you got 40-year-old
Yeah,
men who have 22-year-old girlfriends. Like, they like the idea of going for someone younger. So it
Fucking
doesn't
filth.
fit the agenda. Like, bro, even outside of social media, fam, there's a lot of men out here who love a little young thing, you know. Like, we always used to run jokes. Like
Fucking
we
nonsense,
all used
bro.
to run jokes in high school, yeah. But we all know a couple man that when we was in year 11 was happily talking to year 8s and year 9s. Like, it's nuts, bro. Like, man's actually sitting there deep in like the amount of youths I know that was happily talking to young kids. Like, even now, you happily like me personally. I work in a college. Not saying what college, but I work in a college and I see it all the time, bro. Like, even with I'm seeing normal everyday teenagers who are like 16, 17 talking to 23, 24-year-olds. I'm then seeing big 31-year-old men standing outside college talking to 60-year-old girl like, oh, you look cute today. Oh, where are you going? And I'm seeing everything like, huh?
You have me a lot,
Safeguarding?
even in secondary school, when people, like, you see guys park up.
There's
Leaving
man
for
pulling
girls.
outside secondary schools with cars to come and pick up their girlfriends,
Jesus.
Trusting,
bro. I remember in school,
whole
bro, there was
men.
certain girls. Yeah, I'm talking, and that's what I wanted to talk about slightly. I feel like I'm talking a lot, so guys, tell me
No,
if
no,
I'm
No,
it's
go,
talking
fine.
go,
too
go
much.
on, bro.
It's fair.
But
Nonsense.
I feel like the one thing I wanted when I heard "don't get caught in a trap," what I'm hearing is girls. I'm talking to you specifically. Don't get caught, and Khalid, you know this because I've been running this agenda since we were
Facts.
young. Don't get caught in this stupid trap of yeah, he's older and he's more mature, and yeah, I like older guys. Bro, I knew so many girls when we were young who were 15 having boyfriends that were 19, 20. If a guy is 19 or 20 and he's talking to you as a 15-year-old, number one, he is a fucking nonce and he's a creep and you need to report him. Secondly, it means he's not rated by girls his own age. There is something wrong with this individual. He can't draw girls his own age, so he's going after little kids. He is a fucking wrong'un. Do not go there. The idea that older men are more mature or they'll treat you better because they're older, no, they're looking for somebody to manipulate, or they've got a fucking sick little fantasy about having little children.
Facts.
Bro, there are so many fucking nonsense in this world, and it itches my skin because nonsense. I've got a little sister, so nonsense for me, absolute no go. If I ever see it,
But
anyway,
let's
I'll
not,
work
okay,
in
let's
the
not say that
environment.
because that makes
Can't
it
even.
sound like
Yeah.
if you have a sister, you'd be okay with it. It's not true.
No, what I'm saying is the fact that I have a little sister makes me more aware to these issues because I always put her in my mind in these
Yeah, heard about
instances.
everything.
If my sister is 15, 16 and she's telling me, yeah, my boyfriend's 19 or 20, I'm gonna find him and I'm anyway, boy.
No,
You're an
honestly,
example, of course.
But it's
no,
facts
exactly.
though,
It's facts, bro.
because really and truly, don't get caught in this trap of yeah, he's older, so he's more mature, he's older, so this and that. Older guys talk to young girls specifically for the reason because they like younger girls are fucking creepy, bro.
Just a
If
reminder,
somebody, if the age,
Mm.
Kelly, we might need to
pardon,
put a trigger warning.
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
that?
I'll put a trigger warning at the beginning. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, honestly, it's one of those things where it really does itch my skin because I don't understand why the man think it's acceptable for you to be talking to children, one. Two, why it's commonly accepted by us when we're younger as a generation that, yeah, girls can talk to guys that are like 4 or 5 years older than
Bro,
them when they are not even 50, they're not even 16 years of age. Can't lie, even when you're not 18 years of age. Why are you talking to somebody that age? Think about
bro,
it. He
uh,
can't get girls his own age, so he's going after little
bro,
kiddies.
fam, I'm not even gonna say names like that,
They
but
all deserve
fam,
castration. They all deserve
honestly, bro,
castration.
like
Just get them out
it's
of it,
nuts.
man. Get them out. You know what?
No,
I'm just gonna leave
honestly,
it.
it's nuts,
Yeah.
fam. Like, I'm not even gonna say names, but I was at a function the other day, yeah, and I saw a youth who's like me. I'm 21. I'm a 21-year-old man. For me, even talking to someone who's 18, yeah, gives me ick. It makes my skin cool. I'm seeing a youth who is 23 years old, big 23-year-old man, talking to a girl that is 17. 17.
Okay, I was at that function. I would have.
Fam, like, bro, I was sitting at the functions. I was sitting at the function saying,
Boy,
bro, if we was in ends right now and I saw you doing this at my function, you would have got umped. me and my boys would have thumped you because you're wronging. That's not what we do. And I'm sitting there, like, I'm trying to figure. After a while, I then started talking to the girl and her friends. Like, all her friends are like around 17-ish, innit? And I'm literally going to them, you shouldn't talk to him. It's wrong. There's a reason why a man who's that age is talking to young girls, because you should be able to get girls your age. If you have game, you have source, you have whatever, you'll get girls your age. Girls will be attracted to you. But no, he's talking to you. Like, do you understand why he's talking to you? And he's like, oh, and she was like, oh, it's fine. I know what I'm doing. I was like, no, you don't. You think you do,
You don't know what
fam.
you're
You think you
doing.
do,
You're
but these guys
lying.
manipulate situations. You don't know what you're doing. You're only 17 years old, and you don't see an issue with a guy who's 7 years older than you talking to you, darling. When you was in primary school, he like when you was in primary school, he was already in college. Deep it. He was already
Hey,
in college doing his A levels. There's an issue there, and I spent the whole night trying to explain to this one girl that, fam, it's not right. I've only met you today, but it's not right. Don't do it. Don't talk to him. He's a wrong'un. Don't do it. And then next day now, when I'm leaving, when I stayed the night at the function, going home next day, I seen the same 17-year-old girl and the 23-year-old walking the street like they're on a date.
It's very
bro, this
Disgusting.
you, whilst you had not even finished your GCSEs, whilst you hadn't even picked your options, he was sitting at uni bashing in his bedroom because he couldn't go and talk to girls his own age. He's fucking wrong. He's fucking wrong. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
that's what I can hear.
Fucking sinner, bro. Oh my
It's
god.
just mad
It
how
makes my skin.
normalized it is. That's what I think. Like,
I can't
before we
tolerate
even wrap this up, like
it.
I feel like it's genuinely crazy how like normalized it is in certain areas. 'Cause I feel like in London, there's definitely like among at least certain communities, it's definitely a no go, and it's definitely something that if you see it happening, you report it.
Yeah,
Or
if you see
something
if
like
you
that.
see a big man talking to
Yeah.
children, look at the youth the other day who was trying to who tried to rape that girl in the alleyway. Fam, half of South London was literally out looking for him, saying if we find him,
The mixing you.
fam,
Yeah, man.
the whole South London was out here saying, right, if we catch this you, it's long.
You went to jail.
He
What happened?
got
Whacked up. Normal.
punched up on free flow first day in, and it's like, fam, that's what you're supposed to do to wrongings like that. Like, not even supposed to do, but that is when someone does wrong like that to a child. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put them in place. And I say it all the time. I don't saying it's the whole country. I'm not saying it is. But for me, when I leave London, people are these. I said it on my social the other day. OT youths are weird. They are all weird because whenever I seem to leave London, I seem to see this stuff happen more and more. Like the idea of like talking to a girl, oh, she's over 16, so she's good to go. No, bro.
Hmm?
Good to what?
Like people like
When did
because
you hear that? What?
the age of fam. Some people just go because she's over the age of consent. She's all right. It's good. It's good. Like fam, that's why you get big men waiting until girls turn 16 to have sex with them. Because as soon as you're 16, you're over the legal limit. So it's like, oh yeah, no one could do nothing to man. She's legal. What's the issue? Like, no
Man, then you can vouch. I say it all the time. Legality does not equal
facts.
morality. Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right.
But this is the thing.
Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's
I feel like we've
right.
all had the same
Fam,
conversation when a guy's literally moving to
bruh.
a girl, and the girl will say her age, 15, and he's like, "Oh, you're trying to get my bag, trying to get my bag. Give me a snap, bro.
Ah,
What?
No, bro, you're getting yourself bagged.
You
You get
know,
your
but you still
big
end
man.
the sentence off with give me a snap. I did that. You
in it.
did not.
Oh,
What?
fuck it.
So
You're young.
you're very aware of the fact you talk to another girl. You're still aware.
Fucking when you turn 16 though.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. When you turn 16, 17, I hit man up still. We can go out on a date and that. Go out and have some fun. I'm like, brother, yeah. Like,
Fun.
you know the ones there, yeah.
You just finished playing with Barbie dolls.
That's different today. I don't know what it is.
Fun.
I
Nah, man.
Zach. I love when Zach's passionate, but he's fevered. He's
You
fucking.
felt that.
I can't stand them. I can't. It's the wrong episode for me, boy. Because there's no way this ever tolerable in my eyes.
Fam, honestly, it's nuts, bro. Like people, honestly, out here. like they're just out here doing the most. And then like me personally, yeah, like in this life of mine, like I've grown up knowing that if I ever got caught talking to a minor, I'm getting smacked up by my family. I'm getting smacked up. Regardless of anything, if my family ever caught me talking to a younger, my cousins are gonna thump the shit out of me, bro. Like I'm
They won't get you first. I'll finish you
like
first.
literally, your brethrens, your family, you're getting pumped up, bro. Like even you guys are all my boys. You think if I ever heard that you lot was talking to a minor, I would just be like, oh no, it's calm, it's your business. No, bro, I'm going to smack the shit out of you, like in the nicest way possible, regardless of how long you know someone. You don't talk to minors, bro. There's plenty of good-looking women. Alhamdulillah, there's a plenty of beautiful women you have out there that you can make your wife, and you chose to make a child who doesn't even know what 12 times 12 is yet. You're one and only. Are you sick?
Bro, if you don't have game and you can't move girls your age, just say that. There's bare instruction books. People have got them playbooks, them type of things. You got YouTube. You
But
got your right hand if it comes to it. Bro, leave the kids alone. Leave them alone.
fam, you get honestly, it's nuts. People move nuts out here, and all I gotta say is that you see all you man out there, because I know there's a couple man out there that maybe listen to this. I know talk to young things. I even know directly. It's not even a draw out thing. I just know it happens. Like the chances of it happening are very high. If you come across this and you're hearing it and you're talking to young things, use this as your chance to stop what the fuck you're doing. Go get help. Readdress yourself. Look into your God. Look to your mum. Look to your dad. I don't care what you look to. Just look to a higher power that can guide you. Because boy,
Change your
change
ways
your
before
ways
someone fixes
before
your
someone
face.
changes it for you, bro. Because in this life, I don't wish pain and death or nothing upon anyone. But you see you man there that are 22, 23, talking to 16, 17-year-olds, yeah? I can't lie. You're fucking wrong. And I'm not even gonna say you deserve to receive any punishment because only the person who can dish out punishment is God. But at the same time, if you get a quick beat down for what you did, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Quick disclaimer: I don't endorse any
Of course.
violence. I work
Say
in a
the most vulnerable
professional
I would.
environment. We don't endorse any violence or any kind of vigilante activity. But
Yeah.
then,
You
If
sir,
you
see,
if you
you have to
if
say.
if
you're
you hear
involved
if you
in
hear
that
about someone doing
activity,
it, report it to the police.
it's your
Report
business.
that to the police. Let the police deal with it because as we all know, the police are great at doing their jobs and always help out in every situation.
Yeah.
On that note, I think that's the
Yeah, what to say
Uh,
about that one?
uh, and on that note, yeah, we come to the end of episode 5 of the Media Games podcast. As always, thank you to Zach for appearing on the show. Glenn, Rashid.
No
As always, we're
problemo.
thankful for all our listeners to the podcast. You make sure we keep this stuff going. We're gonna keep pushing out good content for you. We're gonna make sure we get more game and clips up as well. Make sure we keep getting the podcast out on a week by week basis because we know y'all want this content. But yeah, until next week, we've been the Media Gamers. This is the Media Gamers podcast, and we out. Peace.